Do you spend hours each week creating Instagram content, but you're still not getting the sales and the wins that you see everyone and their mom sharing to their feed? It's really rough, but there's usually just a few simple changes you need to make to get there, and I'm going to help you. You are closer than you think. You can find the exact gaps that you have in your Instagram strategy, the gaps that are holding you back from getting clients from your content with my free Find and Fix the Gaps in Your Instagram Strategy quiz. All you have to do is take 5 minutes to fill out the quiz and you will get the exact roadmap you need to start getting sales from your Instagram content. Get your copy of the quiz at sociallyyours.biz/findandfixed. All spelled out, all one word, find and fixed, or check the link in the show notes. What if I told you that you could be fully booked on Instagram with paying clients and only have 300 followers or even less? You can, because that is exactly what I did. And I did it while my husband was deployed and while I had 3 kids under 5, creating Canva graphics on my phone in the dark while putting the kids to bed. I was exhausted, I was overwhelmed, and I was doing everything I thought I was supposed to do, but nothing was working until I made one simple shift. And that changed everything. So today I want to pull back the curtain and show you exactly what that change was so you can focus on actual metrics, not vanity metrics, and finally see sales without wasting all of your precious time and having to spend those bedtimes creating Canva graphics on your phone or missing out with any time with your family. Welcome to the Mompreneur Mastery Podcast, where we share actual Instagram strategies that fit into a busy mom's schedule so that you can get more engagement, more leads, and more sales in less time. I'm Sydney O'Brien, an Instagram strategist who started my business with 3 kids under 5 and found a way to do it without sacrificing quality time with my family and only working 2 hours a day. I love helping other mom business owners find that seemingly impossible mom work-life balance instead of spending too much time creating content that isn't getting them the results they want. If you're an overwhelmed but very ambitious business owner and you want to strategize the heck out of your Instagram account so that you can save time and make more sales, you're in the right place. Welcome back to Mompreneur Mastery. This is episode 74, I think. 74. I'm pretty sure. If you're ready to finally make Instagram work for you without the overwhelm, this is the episode for you, honestly. If you are showing up, if you are posting, if you're engaging, if you're testing out all the new features, you're doing all the things, you're spending so much time on Instagram that it feels like another full-time job that you just don't have time for, but you're still not getting clients or still not selling your digital products or still not getting members for your online membership, I need you to hear this. It's not you, okay? And it's definitely not because you need more followers. Here's what's happening right now. You post consistently, but your engagement is low and your sales are pretty much non-existent or at least very inconsistent. You spend hours creating content, scrolling, looking for trends to hop on, but it's not leading to actual conversions for your online business. You try to do what's working for other people, which you see getting lots of likes and comments from bigger accounts, and recreating it for yourself, but your content still kind of flops. You give tons of value. You are creating great content and you know you are, but nobody's buying. So you're left wondering if you need more followers, if you need more time, if it's even worth it. Like what is going on where you're putting all of this time and energy and effort into Instagram, but you're not seeing the results that you want from those efforts. And I totally get that. It's so frustrating and it really sucks. And I get it because I was in the same place. I thought that if I just worked harder, if I posted more, if I showed up more, if I engaged more, I would finally get sales. But I was completely missing the point. Like you can show up on Instagram all day, every day, but if you don't follow a strategy that guides people, the right people, to actually buy your offer and walk them through these really important steps before they will actually buy, you're not going to get those sales that you need for your online business that makes all of that time and energy and effort that you're putting into Instagram worth it. And the best part is once you have that strategy in place, you don't have to spend nearly as much time and effort on Instagram because you know exactly what to do and when to do it to take your follower from follower to like engaged follower to paying client or customer. And just to back up a little bit here, The reason I know this is because I was there. I have been there. I absolutely, completely understand where you're coming from. You are definitely not alone in that. I am actually hearing that from a bunch of mompreneurs in the Instagram space right now, especially with all these changes popping up all the time. They can feel really hard to keep track of. And it feels like you have to hop on everyone to just maximize your visibility and maximize your strategy, take advantage of all of these tactics and things. And it can be fun. And if you have the time, absolutely hop on these trends, try out these new features, go for it. But it's not necessary, especially for mompreneurs when we just do not have the time or the brain space to take on additional tasks that might not even get results, right? No one wants that. So like I said, back up just a little bit here. When I first started on Instagram, I didn't even have a laptop. I was literally creating Canva graphics on my phone, sitting in the dark in my kids' bedroom between their two little tiny toddler beds, because my kids at the time were 6 months, just turned 2 years old, and an almost 4-year-old. And I was exhausted in every possible way. Oh, because the real kicker here is, like, in addition to having 3 really young kids, my husband was deployed, so he was halfway across the world. I was very much on my own doing this, but I was also really determined, because a thing I know is that moms can do pretty much anything, but that doesn't mean we have to or even should do everything. All right, that is one way to get to like burnout city, and it's really shitty there. No one wants to go there. Cash that ticket in, don't go. But when I was at this point, I was so exhausted. I was really frustrated because what little free time I had, I was pouring into this business. I really just wanted to make it work, to be able to help support my family. And I realized that it wasn't that I wasn't working hard enough, because I was. Every minute I could, I was spending on this business. It was that I didn't have a strategy. I was throwing everything at the wall, hoping something would stick, hopping on every trend, recording reels, just facing the camera up a little bit so you couldn't see the kids on the floor, like by my knees, toddling around. But I had no real overarching plan. I had no focus. I had no real system for turning those followers into clients. And I decided I was done doing things the hard way. I needed to simplify. I needed to do it for me. I needed to do it for my kids. I needed to do it for my mental and emotional well-being, especially while solo parenting while my husband was deployed. And this is super cliche, but when I did, everything did literally change. Because when I stopped focusing on doing more and started focusing on what actually moves the needle, big things happened for my business. And it wasn't that I saw a huge influx of growth on Instagram or saw like wild engagement rates or anything. It was that I was able to focus on actionable metrics instead of vanity metrics. So vanity metrics being the things that look good on Instagram, actionable metrics being the things that actually help your business, because those two things are not always the same. So instead of focusing on posting more, instead of posting every day, I focused on having a consistent enough schedule that I would show up for my audience, but focusing more on quality over quantity, and making sure those posts attracted the right people, not just any old person from hopping on any old trend trying to get some engagement or likes because I thought it would be a funny reel or something. I really honed in on my niche and created content specifically for them. Instead of obsessing over engagement rates, I started focusing on having real conversations and creating more of a community. Because what good is a couple of comments that are just some random emojis from a non-follower that doesn't lead to a conversation, that doesn't build that connection and the trust that actually leads to a sale? It's nice and it's validating, but if I'm here to make sales, I want to do the things that I know are actually going to lead to sales. And the way to do that is by having real conversations with real people. And instead of giving endless value, like all the how-tos, 5 tips to do XYZ, I actually started selling. I was afraid to sell. I felt like it was sleazy. I felt that I had to be tricky about it. I felt like it was pushy. I didn't want to be pushy. The internet is full of salespeople. I didn't want to just be another one. But I realized the way to not be just another salesperson is to have that sense of community and have that connection with your followers. And instead of pushing sales and pushing offers and things, it's more inviting people to buy. And it's a lot easier when you understand that you are most of the time in your target audience, and it makes that connection piece a lot easier. And it makes building trust with them a lot easier, which means it makes inviting people to work with you a lot easier. And all of these things are exactly what led me to create my 5 steps to sales strategy, which is the exact system that I use to go from getting comments and views but no sales to being fully booked. And I had less than 300 followers at the time. I had a random goal of like 5,000, I think, that I needed to have before I could consider myself successful. But I had 7 full-on one-on-one social media management clients, doing anywhere from like 4 to 6 posts a week, not including like I was ghostwriting blog content for some. So that amount of clients for me, being that this was very much a part-time job while watching my littles, was overbooked, honestly, not even fully booked. I was overbooked with fewer than 300 followers by following my 5 steps to sales strategy. And it has helped hundreds of other mompreneurs finally start getting results on Instagram as well, while saving their time and efforts for other things, because Instagram should not be your full-time job. It should very much be a tool to help your job, help your business. And I know that it can feel like Instagram is sucking up all of your time, and I don't want it to feel that way. Like, I hate that feeling, especially when you're getting nothing in return for putting in all that time and effort and energy into something. But like I said, it doesn't have to be that way. So if you're tired of spinning your wheels, if you want a simple, proven system that actually brings in paying clients, your dream clients, by creating that sense of community, by fostering that organic trust, and without being pushy in sales, but more inviting people to work with you and having them ready and willing to whip out their credit cards, so excited to say yes at the prospect of it, this is for you. You can grab my 5 steps to sales strategy training for just $47, but it's only for the next 3 days. It's normally $97, but for a limited time, you can get it for $47. And in addition to the strategy training, you get 2 bonuses. All right. I want this to be so incredibly helpful for you, to show you what I'm all about and how you can save so much time and energy on Instagram while getting even better results than you're getting now. So the first bonus is the progress pathway, which is a tool that helps pinpoint exactly where you are in the 5-step strategy, so you know exactly what to work on and what to do next. So you don't have to start at the beginning if you're not at that step. No wasted time. That's kind of my whole thing. No wasted time. And then the second bonus is the strategy solver, which is a quiz that uncovers gaps in your approach to give you very specific action steps. So there are no gaps in your Instagram strategy. You've got all your bases covered, all of those 5 steps. You're doing the things you need to do and nothing extra to make sure you're getting those sales. And like I said, this is the strategy I use for myself, for my clients. I teach it in my membership. Has helped hundreds of other mompreneurs save time while making more sales on Instagram. So go ahead and head to the link in the show notes to take advantage of this sale. So you can get it for $47 instead of $97, plus the 2 bonus offers that make it super simple and actionable without wasting any more of your time than needed. So you can have a simple, duplicatable 5 steps to sales on Instagram strategy ready to go, and know exactly what to post and when to finally get sales from all that time and effort you've been putting into your Instagram account. Because Instagram does not have to be exhausting. You do not have to have a massive audience, and you don't need to spend hours a day or even a week, honestly. You just need a strategy that works. So go ahead down to the show notes, sign up for the sale, get your 5 steps to sales on Instagram strategy training today. Thank you so much for listening to Mompreneur Mastery, Simple Instagram Strategy for Busy Moms. If you were listening to this episode and found yourself nodding along, I would love it if you would find me on Instagram and send me a message telling me your biggest takeaway. My handle is @socially.yours.strategist. And don't forget to grab your free 1 month of Conversation Starters content calendar so that you know exactly what to post to get more comments without spending hours brainstorming Instagram post ideas. You can get it at sociallyyours.biz/content-calendar or head to the link in the show notes.